Hello YouTube and welcome to channel Bella, and today I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who episode 4 of season 11, which is the Arachnids in the UK. This was a great episode because it was the episode where you felt the three companions, Yaz, Graham and Ryan, were able to deal with their lives in Sheffield, come to terms with it and become Team TARDIS at the end of the episode. Two things that are just generic that I've noticed. One, I really like the new TARDIS's lamp light at the top because it's blue. And two, I really like the new intro because it reminds me of the movie 1996 movie with Paul McGann in the actual soundtrack, and the actual colours of the intro, the graphics remind me of the 1960 Unearthly Child, William Hartnell seasons of Doctor Who. It was interesting to note that when we were travelling through the time vortex, it was hexagonal, and you would have the TARDIS went through one hexagonal thing and then through another hexagonal thing. So it's almost like it was choosing which hexagonal route to go through the time vortex, which was interesting in itself because that led to the implication that there were many different time vortexes that you could go through, and I really liked that in the graphics really early on in the episode. Obviously with the Arachnids in the UK, it was the autumnal / Halloween episode. I really love the fact that they were just that they were spiders from Earth that had mutated due to being experimented on in a lab and thought to be dead, and then they were put with a load of rubbish that was underneath a newly built hotel, and that mutated them through the toxicity of the chemicals underneath. I thought that was really simple way of doing things. Have got one issue, I think we have to be careful when you have a diverse cast and you use so-called what is perceived as black music as a get out, but you don't want to end up in a situation like they did in Angel, where they had Gunn, who was obviously a black street kid, and the white writers struggled to actually write stuff for him as a black street kid, so in the end they had to turn him into a middle class lawyer, which was really interesting in itself because you then had to deal with the fact, particularly in America, with black characters having to become more white to be accepted, which is something that a lot of BAM members of the community, black, Asian and minority ethnic communities, say that they do feel like that they have to do that to fit into supposedly white privilege. But that's just some sociological babble for you this morning, which I thought was interesting. But it could just be that they just wanted to include it. Let's leave off the sociological babble. Obviously we had the USA business owner. We always have a grumpy business owner who is strongly capitalist / nationalist. Obviously this guy was American, so he was clearly sort of like a Trump-esque figure, particularly about his use of gun control and the fact that he's what is wrong with the UK? Why don't you have guns? It's well, we just don't need them. We prefer to talk out our problems and solve them rather than shoot to kill and then make them go away. We just prefer talking. There are other means to solve a problem. If you have a problem and the first thing you do is reach for a gun, well, that's not a very sophisticated end to the problem. Yes, you've made it go away, but you've not solved it. You've just killed something or someone, which isn't necessarily very nice. We prefer to talk things out, even though it takes eons to do. So that was interesting. I'm loving the fact that it was an autumnal episode. I'm really liking the fact that we actually got to see Yaz's mum, because her family are awesome. I love Yaz's dad and his rubbish collecting, it was a conspiracy. I love the fact that Yaz's mum was oh, this means your dad is right. You know what I'm like when your dad is right. And she was rolling her eyes. Her sister was awesomely connected to her cell phone. So I like that. And I like the fact it focused on Graham and Grace and actually gave him time to actually grieve. Ryan obviously had the letter from his dad, asking him if he wanted to go and be with his proper family, but Ryan didn't like that. So overall, I'm actually rather enjoying like the emotional intelligence that these episodes actually have. It's actually allowing every single character to breathe and to have an arc, and it's not just about the Doctor whisking them away to various places. I'm liking the fact that the Doctor actually managed to get them just back to Sheffield half an hour after they left. I think that was brilliant writing. It was really well done. I'm actually really enjoying the new TARDIS interior. I think it looks beautiful. I'm liking the fact that the Doctor's having to relearn how to drive it and everything because it's completely changed. So that makes logical sense, which is nice. I did enjoy the ending. The episode overall, I think like the plot was a little weak, but I really enjoyed it. I did think it was quite funny with that massive spider jumping out of the bath. I thought that was really well done out the bath plug. That was awesome. So yeah, I mean, Doctor Who's always been a progressive show. I think people forget that. But overall, I enjoyed the episode, so I'm going to give it like a 4. I think it is going to be more Doctor focused in the future, I think. But because she's got 3 companions who have got complex interrelationships, it's actually quite interesting to watch. So you're not just focused on like the monster of the week or what's actually going on. It does have layers to the stories, which is really good. So yeah, I'm sorry that this is a bit of a late review. Yes, I know, but I ended up watching like The Hobbit, The Incredible Journey straight after Doctor Who, which was kind of awesome. And yeah, so I mean, who doesn't want to watch Bilbo Baggins and Gollum / Smeagol do the riddle scene, because that is awesome. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with Doctor Who and the Arachnids in the UK. So this is the 4th episode review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I found it quite interesting. I'm looking forward to next week's episode 5, because that looks quite interesting. So obviously we're going back into space again. So we've pretty much like done the whole introductory spiel now from episode 5. It hopefully will pick up, and the pace will be a little bit quicker, just a little bit quicker, because we've been used to very fast Doctor Who. It's been nice to slow down and re-establish ourselves, because obviously we've got the 13th Doctor is the Lady Doctor. Even though they're still calling her a Time Lord, which is kind of cool because I think it's interesting to play around with pronouns. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please like, comment and subscribe if you have. Yes, hopefully we will have less Donald Trump references. But when you consider that in 1996, the Paul McGann movie didn't take in America because they didn't understand Doctor Who, is quite incredible, really, that the Americans have taken to it. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed this review. Yes, it was the autumnal one. I'm kind of liking that it was a man-made problem that we had to solve ourselves. I'm loving the fact that we had to sacrifice a panic room. It's like, what? I'm not giving up a panic room for spiders? And it's like, yes, you are. So that was really good. The death at the end was very sad. It reminded me of the death of Tracy in the 11th Doctor, where it was like dinosaurs on a spaceship. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this review. Please like, comment and subscribe, and bye!